Hello everybody, welcome back to Cannonball Cottage. Today we're going to make a demonstration on how to prepare pork belly, Chinese style. And here we have a piece of pork belly that's previously been, I bought it already scored there, which really it's been scored too deeply. You only need, when you score pork, you only need to score the skin and not go through any of the flesh. And then you need to score it and make as many holes in the rind as possible. And this meat tenderizer is ideal. It's got all these spikes, and then you go over it like this, and the more you do this, the more you will create a good crackling. This particular piece has actually still got the bone in it, and I'm just going to take the bones out. But your butcher would do this, or you could actually, if you actually go to, whether it be a supermarket or a butcher, some of the joints of belly pork have already had the bones removed because they've been taken out and used as the ribs, spare ribs. But again, this piece I bought, the bones were already still intact. So there we have a piece of pork belly now without any bones. And of course, as I said, this is already been scored, and I've already used the meat tenderizer to go through the skin. What I'm now going to do is make a few cuts in the belly pork, which will help when we come to slice it. You know, as this has been sliced, we'll be able to slice it straight through these slices. 2, 3. Yeah, that'll do well. And then you proceed to actually going to make a few cuts across this way as well. So then we proceed to season it with the Chinese seasonings, or seasoning. And here it is. I've already mixed this up. If you can see this, this contains salt, garlic salt, onion powder, some herbs, Italian herbs, seasoning, white pepper, some cumin, smoked paprika, 5 spice powder, and sugar. And there's a teaspoon of each. So what we do now is just sprinkle this seasoning all over. I mean, you won't use all this, it'll be far too much, but you just sprinkle the seasoning across everywhere, and then we'll rub it all in. You don't season the skin, leave the skin as it is. There is another method to make it easier to score the skin. I'm not going to do that, but what you can do is get a pan of boiling water and boil the pork belly for about 5 minutes. That then softens the rind, the skin. Then once it comes out, you can actually, if you haven't got one of these tenderizers, you can just use an ordinary fork. and the skin's then nice and soft after you've boiled it, and then you just go across and make as many holes as you possibly can in the skin, not going too deep, otherwise what actually happens is that too much, if this is scored too deeply, too much fat comes out of the meat and stops your pork from crackling properly. So what you need to do is keep this as clear as possible away from the seasoning. So then what we do now is we get some foil. I've already measured this foil out and folded it. You now place the pork into the foil. You fold the foil up, just covering the meat. You're sort of making a little parcel so that you're leaving the skin exposed, like so. As I said, you're actually making it like a little foil box for it to sit in, and the same this end, and fold it so that you've enclosed all the actual meat. And there you go, that's what it looks like. And from there you now place this in a tray and then put it into the fridge uncovered for 24 hours until the skin dries out completely. You can leave it for 48 hours to make sure that it's really nice and dry, and then you place it in the oven. Place it in the oven on a low heat for an hour and 15 minutes. And when you do that, once it's been in the oven for an hour and 15 minutes, you'll know it's dried up, and it'll be all dry, and you can actually tap it slightly. You'll know that it's beginning to get to where you want it to be. Then after the hour and 15 minutes, turn your oven up from 100 degrees to 200 degrees, and leave it in there for another 30, 35, 40 minutes until you get the correct finish on the crackling that you want. And that's how to prepare a pork belly roast for a Chinese pork belly roast. So what I'm going to do now is, I've already got one that I've had cooking, and I'm now going to show you. I'll put a plate and I'll cut some of this pork that we've already roasted off. And here it is. I'm just going to take the foil, if you can actually see this, and there it is. Just take the foil off this little pork belly, and I think you can possibly hear that, how crispy this is. There's just a slight little area there that hasn't crisped as well as I wanted it to, and that's because of what I explained. This pork's been scored too deeply, and the juices have come out, and while we were roasting has covered this area here. So you need to make sure as you don't score your pork too deeply. And I'll just move that to one side. I'll actually move this out of the way. So there you go, that's how you'd expect it to be. So I'm now just going to cut a slice of this pork. Oh, look at that. Look how that's actually, look how juicy that pork is. Absolutely wonderful. And then, as the Chinese do, you slice it in small pieces. And you would place it and serve it. Might just do another slice just to give you an idea. The pork itself is, well, look at that. It's absolutely wonderful. And it smells tremendous. Just like you'd get if you went and ordered this at the Chinese restaurant. Have this served up to the middle of your table and everyone just helps themselves. And especially if you're very good with chopsticks, they're perfect sizes just to pick up on the with your chopsticks. I'm just gonna display it like that for you, and let's see what that looks like. And there you have Chinese style pork belly here in Cannonball Cottage. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a taste. I can't resist. Let's find a piece. I don't want a too big a piece, but I hope you can hear that crunchy crunchy. It's absolutely wonderful. And the taste is, well, so perfect, and in the sense that it tastes just like you would get at the Chinese restaurant. Absolutely wonderful. Well, there you go. Chinese style pork belly here in Cannonball Cottage. I hope you like this, and I certainly hope you try it because you'll love it. Please subscribe to our channel, make a comment, give it a thumbs up and share, and thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.